Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Hoot Gibson takes the gold at Reno. Will the Concorde fly again? The National Air Transportation Association expands. I'm Bree Cross. It's September 23rd, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The 52nd Annual National Championship Air Races in Reno, Nevada came to a close on Sunday after the skies had been filled with the sights and sounds of the exciting custom-built race planes. It's not surprising that familiar names showed up on the winner's podium. Robert Hoot Gibson took the ultimate gold race with a speed of 489 miles per hour in Strega. Stuart Dawson, flying Rare Bear, was second at 472 miles per hour, and Dennis Sanders in Dreadnought was third at 421 miles per hour. Steve Hinton, flying Voodoo, and who had won the ultimate gold race the last 6 years in a row, did not finish the race. Gibson is a former American naval pilot and aviator, test pilot, aeronautical engineer, and a retired NASA astronaut, as well as a professional pilot who races regularly at the annual Reno Air Races. If you're looking for some supersonic air travel, Club Concorde, which is comprised of former Concorde pilots, frequent flyers, and others, has never quite given up on the supersonic airliner, which last flew in 2003. The group has been raising funds for a couple of projects, one of which would be returning the SST to service on a private basis. According to the organization's website, nearly $62 million has been raised to purchase two of the retired airliners and place them on display in London and later Paris. But a more ambitious goal is to start flying the SST again. Club Concorde says that it potentially has nearly $186 million in reserves from UK and other investors for future Concorde projects, and the return to the flight program would be paid for by those funds. After the break, NATA representation increases.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. If you would like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. The National Air Transportation Association has acquired the Independent Fixed-Base Operators Association, known as the IFBOA. NATA President and CEO Tom Hendricks said in part, quote, "The addition of IFBOA is a win for everybody, helping NATA better serve smaller, independent operators and creating opportunities to attract new members. This purchase will ensure the aviation business community speaks with a unified voice through NATA's advocacy efforts in Washington, D.C. and elsewhere," end quote. IFBOA's worker compensation insurance program will continue to be available for IFBOA members. It said another key advantage of this transaction for IFBOA members is the availability of popular NATA programs and services like Safety First, NATA Compliance Services, and NATA Aviation Solutions. The two organizations have been involved in a strategic partnership since early this year. With some 2,000 Aero-TV programs webcast to cyberspace, sometimes it can be fun to look back and enjoy some of the places we've seen, the flyers we've met, and the planes we've flown. Here's a look at one of our favorite Aero-TV classic episodes.
And I think the flight instructor community is going to be a key to solving some of these flight training issues that, AOPA and others have identified. And I think we want to focus on those parts of the flight instruction equation where we can leverage and do the most good.
In this video, we will hear SAIF's Robert Wright discuss how flight training will move forward and the important part that the flight instructor plays in that happening. A slowdown in training starts and difficulty in retaining students is covered in this discussion. Search SAIF's Robert Wright on Aero-TV's news channel. After these messages, an SAIB is issued for the Beech Model 4000.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, NavCom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B ATX100 and ATX100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The FAA has issued a special airworthiness information bulletin following an incident in which a Beechcraft Model 4000 landed with the nose landing gear retracted. It appears an improperly rigged radome stop bolt interfered with the nose wheel landing gear doors. The FAA has provided $11 million in Airport Improvement Program funds to 8 airports that have risk factors for runway incursions. The Runway Incursion Mitigation Program will identify and mitigate risk factors that contribute to runway incursions at these airports. Boeing confirmed that China's president is visiting the company's Everett, Washington facility today during his visit to the United States. Boeing delivered a record 155 airplanes to China last year. Boeing's chairman Jim McNerney will be on hand to welcome China's leader. Embraer is also looking towards the Chinese market. Over the next 20 years, they forecast that 1,020 new jet aircraft in the 70 to 130 seat segment will be delivered in China. They also forecast a worldwide market increase for these aircraft. The venerable T-38 aircraft continues to live on. The U.S. Air Force has awarded a contract valued at $6.2 million to CPI Aerostructures for the delivery of structural modification kits for the T-38C aircraft. The T-38 first entered service in 1961. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. Piper is encouraging current Piper M-Class aircraft owners to upgrade through their M-Class Linkage program, allowing potential and pre-existing Mirage and Meridian owners the opportunity to apply a financial credit towards a factory new M500 or M600 aircraft. The M-Class line was founded on the principle that aviators should have the room to grow into planes with greater power and performance as their confidence and competency in the cockpit increases. The Linkage program reinforces this paradigm by offering a financial credit of $100,000 to $150,000 towards their purchase of an M500 or M600 aircraft. Aircraft eligibility for this ascending incentive program are the Piper Meridian, the M350, or the M500. The Piper Linkage program is available now through the end of the year. On a special note, and if you are so inclined, ANN's Jim Campbell would like you all to know that his birthday is only a few months away. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.